Tesla versus Aptera, the affordability challenge. If you scroll back through this channel, you will see I have released several videos on the subject of the affordable Tesla which I hoped would one day appear. Today, I am going to discuss exactly how affordable an Aptera is compared to a Tesla. I am going to use dollar amounts that reflect my market of Australia, and I have to guess a bit here as the Tesla is already on sale here in Australian dollars, but the Aptera is not, so although I can pre-order an Aptera priced in US dollars today, I have to convert that amount to Australian dollars and then add a little for shipping. So from here on in, all the dollar amounts are Australian dollars. Okay, so the most affordable Tesla, the Model 3 rear-wheel drive costs $65,500 and gets 491 kilometers of range. In some states there would be a $3,000 incentive coming off that, but my state of Queensland has a price cap of $58,000 for its $3,000 incentive, so the Tesla Model 3 does not qualify. That's okay, because my reading of the rules is that just as in the US, the Aptera would not be eligible for an incentive either because it has 3 wheels. In comparison, the most affordable Aptera would cost about $40,000 and gets 402 kilometers of range on a charge. That's plenty for me, as the longest trip that my wife and I ever do in a year is about 350 kilometers and we get 5 kilometers per hour of solar charging as we go. That's optimal, of course, as I suspect that with AC running in the car as we drive that would sap a couple of kilometers worth of energy per hour. I suspect that the figure of 40 miles or 70 kilometers per day of solar charging doesn't really apply while the car is in motion, with sound system, lights, AC and other systems in operation, whereas when the car is parked everything is shut down so all the solar charge can go to the battery. Okay, so right off the bat you can see that the base model Aptera is at least $25,000 more affordable than the base model Tesla, and as we go up the range we will see that this differential will become even greater. If we upspec the Aptera to the 400-mile model, that's 644 kilometers and the cost is about $45,000, about the same price as the cheapest EV available in Australia at the moment, the MG ZS EV, which has a lot less range than that, at 320 kilometers. The Tesla Model 3 long-range so-called still gets less range than the 644 kilometers Aptera at 602 kilometers, but get this, it costs a whopping $80,000, which is $35,000 more than the 400-mile Aptera. Personally, I wouldn't be spending much more than the minimum needed for the Aptera, as I don't need a lot of range, but for those who do, we still have the 600-mile and 1,000-mile models. My understanding is that those models with the bigger battery packs have less room in the rear of the vehicle, and as my wife and I tend to load our car up to the max for long trips, we are going to need that 25 cubic feet of space. By the way, our current vehicle, a Nissan Tiida, only has 16.5 cubic feet of space in the rear with the rear seat folded down, so the Aptera will have more than enough luggage room for our needs. The Tesla Model 3 has less space than the Aptera in regular use, 19 cubic feet with the rear seat up, but with the rear seat down and adding the space in the front at the front of the vehicle it has 43.6 cubic feet of cargo space, way more than most people will need, but then again you are paying heavily for every cubic foot of space. Here's the thing, Tesla and pretty much every other EV manufacturer has gone down the road of bigger battery packs for more range, and as a result they have had to build their cars much bigger and beefier to carry all that extra weight, and that drives up the cost. And even then, because of all that extra weight, and because the shape of the vehicle is not fully optimized to reduce drag, they max out at about 652 kilometers of range for a Tesla Model S, or 837 kilometers for a Lucid Air Dream, which is insanely priced at $237,000 in Australia. The highest range Aptera, on the other hand, gets 1,609 kilometers of range, almost double the range of the Lucid Air Dream, for about $68,000, which is less than one-third of the price. This is why efficiency matters. It drives up the range and drives down the price. Some people will say, oh, but the Aptera isn't safe, or I need a vehicle with 5 seats to carry my family. Don't worry, the design of the Aptera is much safer than you would think. Here's what the Aptera website has to say on this subject. The body is built with ultra-lightweight composites and its arched shape mimics the physics of an eggshell that protects you and your loved ones with a safety cell that is much stronger than steel. You also need not worry that Aptera is not going to expand their range of vehicles to suit you and your family, because Aptera is already working on a four-wheeled version that will hopefully not only be eligible for government incentives, but will have those extra seats you need in the rear of the vehicle. So there it is, affordability is built into the Aptera design. If you would like to join the Aptera challenge, please subscribe now, and if you are ready to order your very own Aptera, the link is in the description box below or at the top right-hand corner of the Aptera challenge channel. Thank you for watching this video and welcome to Solar Efficiency with Aptera.